Good afternoon. It is October the 20th, 2016. Time to recap another trading day and look at what's ahead for tonight and tomorrow. We came in today hoping to sell the 45 to 50 area. We lowered that to the 40, 45 after the market peaked right there. The first trade of the day came off of a mean green trade. Positive, also on a 10-minute trade, positive, good for 4 to 5 points. This buy trade was good for a winner. This S was the trade of the day, good for a winner. This S right here made a little. This S was a scratch. Here's a B where we're above the blue line. Any of those three B's positive. No trade on that B up here. Any of these three S's positive if you stuck with them. So when the day was all said and done, pretty good trading. Several of the trades you were able to get the expected 3 points. A lot of them you weren't. So what does tomorrow bring? No major news. Baker Hughes rig count. The ECB rate announcement is behind us, and they're going to leave us in suspense. So in December, are they going to extend the QE program or let it die a natural death? Okay, looking at the F1 screen on the E-mini, higher low, higher high, we can buy it. On the F2 screen, it's a P put in backwards. So when we have P's that are put in backwards, somebody is covering their shorts. So right now we've got a buyer below 21.30. We've had a seller above 21.42. And the market looks like it might get to it tonight or in London. So we'll see if that happens. Like I said, tomorrow's Baker Hughes rig count probably going to come in higher than last week's, which was 709. So the first trade is going to be to sell 39.41. Sound familiar? And then 44.49. On the buy side, our 30 to 32. And then 25 to 27. I don't know if you believe the mainstream press. Trump didn't improve his position last night. He's stuck at 40%. Hillary stuck at 40%. The press says that Hillary won it because Trump didn't clearly knock her out of the park. Who knows? So we've got another 2 weeks of this back and forth. And when the initial reaction last night, post-debate, when it was all over and wrapped up, was the stock market rallied. And they are all in for Hillary. And when it looks like she might be extending the lead or it becomes more certain, I probably will bring in some buying into the stock market. And if the converse is true, maybe some selling. But given the importance of the election and what's going on, my guess is we're probably in a trading range through the election. We do have an FOMC meeting, an announcement the first week of November. The Fed governor from Cleveland said they could raise interest rates in November, no matter what the election was. Okay, on the 10-year, higher low, higher high, tomorrow's option expiration. Option expiration is pointing to a close between 130 even and 130 and a half. That would make tomorrow's close at 130.08. The market's acting like that. Looking at the F2 screen. Definitely have a B. Did get a double test right here. And that's what this market, these contracts really run on retest. Our last rotate up and in period stopped at 9. Then we had a stop at 12, and we're at 7.5. So I guess 8 to 12 is resistance. So we'll be selling 11s to 15s once again, and 19s to 23s. We are a broken record. It's been working. We had this morning a buy at 1 to 5. You can see the low was 4. That worked out. Buy 1. Option expirations tomorrow. The mathematical close should be 130.08. So buying against the buck makes sense to me, especially with no news. And we'll see if it plays out that way. Don't you hate it when I say that? Oh, what do you mean we'll see if it plays out that way? That's a vote of confidence, right? Well, it's just the way it is. You take your trades, you don't discriminate, you're not selective, and if you have a methodology that puts money in the account, you'll be just fine. If you don't take the trades, if you become selective, then you don't know where you're going to end up. Your only defense is in taking the trades your methodology says you should take. That's it. But what if I'm wrong? That's the issue. What if you're wrong? And think about that. I mean, why is that such a terrifying prospect? What if you're wrong? I mean, so what? I mean, when you game and you do lots of stuff, lots of decisions you make in your life, you're actually wrong. And, you're still alive and kicking. But we get so much emotional capital tied up in being right, our persona, our ego, our intelligence level, all sorts of things. And that's what you really have to just discard, put to the sidelines. Hard to do, easy to say, but you can do it over time. You just, screw it. Next trade. And that's why we love professional sports so much. These guys perform in the fishbowl at a very high level. And it really is next trade, next hit, next pitch, whatever it happens to be. Next basket. And that's where you need to take your thinking. Look what it does for professional athletes. They don't have near the chance of making money that you do in this endeavor. Few of them do. But, that's like the top 1 or 2 or 3% of the entire league. You're on a playing field that could generate that too. I know, but what if you're wrong? Gold, higher low, higher high. We're having trouble at $12.75. We should probably have pretty good support against $12.50. That's $25 range. F1 says we can buy it. F2 is not going to show that. F2 is going to show a D followed by a C distribution. So we'll put maybe a little lower in London, 60, 62 by 1. Top of the trading range held on a retest, and then 55, 57 by 2. On the sell side, 69, 71. 74, 76. Longer term, I still like the long side of the market because I think there's enough stuff going on right now that you could wake up some morning and have gold $100 higher and moving higher after that. Okay, the November contract is officially gone. Usually if we get selling in the back month, and there was a bad article out from Nigeria saying that they have to slash prices, there's crude everywhere. That had something to do with our selling today. Lower high, lower low in crude. F2 screen is definitely to the sell side. Well, not as bad as you would think, but if we do a J-split with a new distribution lower, we have a little D pattern here, move out of the middle, so we may have started a new distribution down. 75 to the buck, sell 1. 51 and a quarter, 51.50, sell 2. On the buy side, we'll play for lower, 50, 50 and a quarter, buy 1. May have to pay 50.50 to get in. We'll have to come in and check it out tomorrow then. 49.50, 49.75, buy 2. And last but not least, the euro. And the European Union is desperately trying to get their growth or keep their growth above 1%. They hope to do that by devaluing their currency long term so they can export outside of the European Union. And that doesn't stop it from rallying, but the long-term objective is to take it lower. Had an outside day today with a very, very weak finish, or we're going to look at a B on F2. So the first trade will be to find a place to sell it. And then if we don't take out the Globex low, then we'll have to rethink that position on Friday, end of the week profit taking. Okay, last rotate up 109.55 to as high as 109.68. So 60 to 70, sell 1. 90 to the buck, sell 2. 925. I'll get a 9 out of that some way. If I was a backdoor way to get that done, wasn't it? Buy 1, 925, buy 2, the buck. Hey folks, that's it for this October the 20th. Option expiration tomorrow for treasuries. And we'll get after it and shake that money tree. Again, well, hopefully again tomorrow. We've been pretty consistent on the trades that we've taken. Been able to talk through, so I don't imagine that'll change tomorrow. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning.